playing Tomorrowland soon, right?
I did play last year. It's so big. It was insane. You had to get a car and then 2 boats to the stage. I think a good tip as well for people that are living a life like this is to try and not say yes to everything just because. You could end up kind of hating what you do as well if you push what to do too much.
It's good with the album. What does it mean to you?
I'm really proud of it. It's like definitely, I think, the best body of work, yeah.
Jazzy, what's up?
Hello, how are you?
Good, very good, very good. So what's going on? Welcome in, by the way. Thank you for coming by.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
We were just talking about this earlier. Every time I see you, it's like a quick passing of like, it was the Coachella line last time. What was the other time? Miami Music Week, I think?
I think it was Music Week.
Like so quick.
I feel like every time I come to the US, it's like that as well, you know, just kind of in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you come here?
I think the last 2 years I've came like twice a year. Yeah.
Twice a year. I mean, I've seen you twice this year.
Yeah.
So were those the only 2 times?
Yeah.
Miami Music Week and Coachella?
Yeah. So, it's grown this year. This is my 3rd time.
Yeah.
3.
I mean, let's go. Let's go. And where are you living at right now?
I'm living still in Dublin.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually studied abroad in Dublin when I was 19, so about 10 years ago.
No way.
I went to UCD for a summer.
Wow, sick.
Yeah, crazy.
Let's go as well.
I mean, I didn't really do school much. I drank a lot at the bars, but man, that place rules. I love Dublin. I love the people of Ireland as well. So how did you get into music and what influenced you to become an artist from Dublin?
I mean, it kind of all happened pretty organically for me, to be honest. First ever experience with music would have been playing violin growing up. The school I went to had like basically a program where every child got free tuition to learn a stringed instrument every week, and I basically just kind of jumped on that and went on to do all my grades. And yeah, I was kind of going in the direction of being a violin teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was like my original goal, I guess you could say.
What?
Yeah, so the first ever proper little job I had was I went back to the school where I learned, and I was like assistant violin teacher. So I was there with the like little 3 and 4 year olds trying to teach them. So, and I was like just starting to go clubbing and stuff at that age, so I was coming in like hungover and having to it was tough.
That is so funny. That is so funny.
Yeah.
One of what's interesting too, there's not a ton of violins in dance music. There's a lot of saxophones, trumpets. Is there a lot of violin?
No, I mean, if you listen to some of the kind of 90s classics, you'll hear it, like Strings of Life. And if you don't listen to,
True.
like Tiesto, I used to love Adagio for strings. That was chilling back in the day.
Legend.
Yeah.
What other artists are out of Dublin that might have like influenced you to like start creating a sound like this? Like Kedema's from there, right? But he's from the West Coast, right?
Yes.
Is there anyone else before you guys that got really big in dance music that might have influenced what you're doing?
I mean, the Belters Only lads were a big one for me.
Oh, true.
Because before those 2 boys formed the duo, they were like 2 of the biggest DJs in Dublin separately, Bizet and Robbie G. So yeah, I looked up to them, listened to their music. I was huge fans of them. So that's why I was so buzzing when I got to do the tune with them, you know?
Yeah. Is it true you were working at a bakery like 4 years ago? Yes. What's it called? Tesco's?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
It is. It's like what you would call a grocery store.
Oh, so it was a grocery store, but it's called a bakery there.
They have a bakery, yeah. That's what I done in it. But yeah, crazy. I mean, looking back about 5 years now, that's just madness. Like.
When did you make the decision to take the leap and like go all in on your artist career?
I mean, it probably wasn't too long after Make Me Feel Good came out and started to be successful, because I remember still working in the bakery and being like, I don't know, it went to number 1 in Ireland while I was there in work, you know. I was there literally in the bakery making pastries, and I got the phone call and it was like, yeah, it's gone to number 1, and I was like, what? So just like, yeah, crazy.
Is it true that you produced Make Me Feel Good and Giving Me in the same day?
The Belters Only lads, I didn't do that, but yeah.
Okay.
They did it the same day.
Okay.
They did it the same day, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, me and the boys, I don't know what it is. Sometimes you just have this really good vibe with. I talk about this all the time as well. Sometimes when you go into a session with new people, like for me, it's either a yes or a no when you're kind of vibe, and that's fine. You know, you don't have to get along with everyone that you try to work with. But yeah, me and the Belters only lads are.
That's what's up.
Really good together.
That's what's up. I mean, you've collabed with like quite a few different artists, right? Like I told you, my dad listens to your track with DOD and Sonny Fodera all the time.
Yeah.
Like MK, like who are some other artists that you really love collaborating with and making music with?
Sonny Fodera, I've been in the studio with him. I don't even know how many times now. I love him to bits.
We love Sonny around here.
It's like my big brother now. But yeah, we always have really good vibes in the studio. As you know, we have plenty of songs out together.
Yes.
Yeah, so Sonny's a big one.
Nice. Yo, you're playing Tomorrowland soon, right?
Yes, I am.
Atmosphere stage and library?
Yeah.
Stage again?
Yeah, I think so.
I know the Atmosphere stage because I was there last year and I love that stage. I love the Atmosphere stage.
You know, I did play last year. I can't remember the name of the stage, but I didn't get to have look at all the stages because it's so big.
It's crazy.
It was insane. That was my first time being there. I was like, this is mad. We got there, we had to get a car and then 2 boats, I think, to the stage.
Oh, I know the stage you're talking about. You take a boat there? It's the crazy, like, pointy one, the white one, pointy one?
I think so.
You took a boat there, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the one. I'm blanking on the name, but I know the stage you're talking about.
I thought the artist liaison was joking with me. I was like, do I have time to get a drink? Like, can I get some food? He was like, oh, we have to get a car and 2 boats. It's like,
that, or it's the Crystal Garden stage, I think.
Yeah.
Is that the one it was?
That rings a bell.
Yo, it's with like all the plants from the crowd.
That's
right?
the one.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Waterfalls in the back.
So nice.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Straight up vibe.
It was really fun.
What has been your favorite cities to play in America? Right? We just talked about you coming here like 2 times a year. Like what cities do you vibe with here?
I mean, New York definitely is a big one for me. I done one of my first kind of pop-up gigs there for Paddy's Day, so that was really fun. I'll always remember that one. And I mean, on the last tour, I played in this little rave cave in, I think it was like Denver, which is like a crazy one. I hadn't been there before, so I didn't know what the vibe was. I was just like, okay, just take it as it comes. And they were loving it. They were like proper up for it. I was like, okay, let's go.
I love that word, rave cave. By the way, they have a rave cave stage at Tomorrowland.
Do they?
Yeah, it's the small. I think it's like top 2 like smallest stage, and you are literally walking in a walkway. It's a cave.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little cave that you can pack like maybe 100 people in there, maybe.
Sick.
Literally sick. Yo, so you just recently released a track with Calvin Harris.
Yes, I did.
That's why we got him right here. 18 Months was actually the album that got me into dance music when I was younger.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What an album to get you into dance music.
Insane. Literally insane. What was that like collaborating with him? Like, how'd you guys come up with the idea, by the way?
That was surreal for me, to be honest, because that's like, I don't know, just something of dreams, you know? That's crazy.
It's the GOAT.
Tune with Calvin Harris. Absolute madness. But yeah, me and Calvin have a friend in common that we write with. A guy called Theo Hutchcraft. I write with him all the time. He's a lovely guy. He's really talented. But yeah, he works with Calvin a lot, and he just basically said maybe we might be able to get you in one time. He was chatting to Calvin about it, and then last December he called me up and was like, Calvin has this song, he'd love you to try something on it. And we just got in the studio and cooked up a banger.
Insane. I think he's the GOAT, personally. I personally think he's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. There's no one like him. He's like just, yeah, he's Calvin Harris. But
for real.
I can't compare him to anything else. Like, he's just legendary.
No, for real. I did a video once and I tried to say like his album Motion was his best one. And then he told me, no, it's that one. He literally hit me up and said, no, Bobby, it's not. And said it's that one. And I was like, if he says it, then that's probably true. I was like, that's probably true. So how do you balance being a singer, songwriter, and DJ?
It's obviously like a lot of life on the road. So it's just me. Basically, my diary is my life. I just work from that. Obviously, I need to make time to see friends and family and look after myself. So, yeah, I just try and kind of keep it I say no to things if they're not really important, you know. Mm-hmm. I think a good tip as well for people that are living a life like this is to try and not say yes to everything just because. In a way of thinking about your mental health, your health in general, you know, you have to kind of. You could end up kind of hating what you do as well if you push yourself to do too much. I'm doing a lot as it is, but I've built myself to that point where I can, you know. When you get thrown in the deep end and you're like trying to navigate how to be on the road all the time and just try and have a normal schedule, which you don't. Because
no, you have the most unnormal schedule in the world.
Exactly.
You're working tonight at 3 a.m.
Yeah, my mom will go, where are you today? Are you still in LA? No, I'm in Miami now. Or I'm in Australia. Do you know what I mean? You literally jump around like a crazy person. But yeah, I think just picking the things that are important to do and blocking out space for yourself and time at home and rest is something that's really important.
Nice, I really like that. Now I don't have the same job as you, obviously, but I travel a lot for work.
Yeah.
With this, and like I try to balance that out between mental, physical, like getting in the gym, eating clean. You know, it's so hard. It's so hard.
It is.
I admire what you do as a career. Honestly, it's fucking insane, and like. People do recognize that, but they also don't understand it, I feel like.
And this is the thing.
They think it's just like rock star lifestyle, right? They don't get it.
It's so funny when people say that. Like people, you're living the life. I am, but I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting any sleep. I'm like, it's not as easy as it looks. I think people look at the job and think, that's just flying around like to nice places and having holidays. But it's not. Like, it's hotel rooms and sitting in the green room on your own sometimes, you know, it is hard.
Yeah, like extreme height into silence and chill and loneliness, right?
Yeah, and then trying to go sleep after a gig when you have a flight in 2 hours after you finish a set, and it is a crazy life. I'm super grateful to be happy.
Yeah, for sure, obviously, but it is insane, and everyone does look at it like it's just like rock star stuff, which it is at the same time, but also. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself. I feel like the traveling really gets you, you know? Like, just so many planes.
Yeah.
That shit gasses me out, honestly. Big time. Yo, so, I don't know if you know this or not, but you were SoundCloud's most streamed female electronic artist. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yo, I thought I was about to pull out a fact right now, and you were about to be like, no way. What the hell? That's insane.
It is insane.
That's literally insane.
Crazy title to have under my name. I don't even have the words really. It's insane.
It's wild. Before Spotify, I feel like dance music was like mainly controlled on SoundCloud, right? Like that's where artists were able to like just release music, and there were less boundaries like for things, right?
Yeah.
And it's such a legendary platform for music and stuff. So that's crazy. I thought I was about to get you there, but I did not get you. God damn it. Yo, so you just released a track with Chris Lorenzo today.
Yes.
How'd that happen? By the way, it's a tune. Like I said, we were rinsing a bunch of your music before you walked in the door. It's a great song.
I agree.
How the hell
I
did that
agree.
happen?
Chris is a legend and he's an absolute magician in the studio. I love him. He's a legend. We got some sessions in last summer in LA. I went over to his place and had a couple of days in the studio. It was really fun working with him. He's a super fun guy. And yeah, the tune itself is kind of about an experience that I had kind of dealing with jealousy in the music industry, and the situation that happened was kind of fresh when I went to Chris's studio, and I basically just made it into a track. Yeah.
So you like really expressed through that track.
Yeah, it's a pretty personal one, to be honest.
Powerful.
Yeah.
It's powerful.
It was nice to be able to turn a kind of a bad experience into a banger.
Of course, right? I really like that, and I feel like as an artist that is something you should do, right? Express yourself through those moments. That's also what makes bangers, apparently. So, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of bangers, I know that you have an album that you're planning on releasing.
Yes.
October 23rd?
That's right, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What's good with the album? What does it mean to you?
So the album is called Peace and Patience. And it's basically a journey through where I started in my career to where I am now, the experiences I've had in that time, the people around me that keep me 2 feet on the ground, and basically how I take Dublin everywhere with me that I go in the world.
I love that. I love that so much.
Yeah.
Putting Dublin on your back. I love that.
I'm so buzzing for it, man. I'm really proud of it. It's like definitely, I think, my best body of work, yeah.
I'm really excited to listen to it, and maybe off camera we can get you to play us a few tracks so that we can bop around. Maybe. Yeah. We'll see. It's up to you. It's up to you.
Only for you.
All right. Hell yeah. Now, this is going to be a tough question right here, and we can take some time to think about it. What would you say are your top 5 tracks you've ever released?
Top 5. Should I start at 5?
Start at 5. I don't mean for you to pick your kids. I don't mean for you to pick your children right now, but I'll do this with you right now. Let's do 3.
Okay.
What are your top 3 tracks you've ever released?
Okay, top 3. I'm going to put Invisible at number 1.
Whoa, okay. All right.
Because it's fresh out the bag and it means a lot to me because it's super personal. I'm going to say number 2 is Given Me, because that song changed my life and I owe it everything. And number 3, I'm going to say Some Days, because it's such a banger.
It's a banger.
I think I've never gotten so many messages from like literally people all around the world saying how much a song has helped them through a hard time, which is so lovely to hear. So yeah, that's my top 3.
Hell yeah. Love it. Absolutely love it. Well, Jazzy, thanks for coming in, by the way. Much love, all right?
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thanks
and
for
crush
having
it
me.
at Space tonight.
Yeah,
Just going to crush it at Space tonight. Let's go. Much love, dude.
Lovely.
Peace.